Hey everyone, welcome back to TutorialsArena. We are back with the more MCQs on React.js. Before we start, here's a quick tip. Stick around till the end of this video, and I'll tell you how to join our Telegram channel for a treasure trove of free coding resources. Now, let's get started. Let's start with our first question. Question 1. When should useLayoutEffect be used instead of useEffect? Option A. When the effect needs to run after every render. Option B. When the effect performs DOM measurements or modifications that must be visually synchronous. Option C. When the effect fetches data asynchronously. Option D. When the effect sets up a subscription that doesn't block the UI. The correct answer is option B. Moving on to the next question. Question 2. What is the primary purpose of the dependency array in a useEffect hook? Option A. To define the order of effect execution. Option B. To control when the effect function reruns. Option C. To declare variables accessible within the effect. Option D. To specify cleanup functions for the effect. The correct answer is option B. Question 3. A React component needs to perform a DOM measurement immediately after mutations but before the browser paints. Which hook should be used? Option A. useEffect. Option B. useCallback. Option C. useLayoutEffect. Option D. useMemo. The correct answer is option C. Question 4. You are passing a callback function handleClick to a memoized child component. To prevent the child from re-rendering unnecessarily when the parent re-renders, what should you use? Option A. React.memo on the child component only. Option B. Use memo to memoize handleClick. Option C. Use callback to memoize handleClick. Option D. Define handleClick directly in the child component. The correct answer is option C. Question 5. Which of the following is a common use case for React portals? Option A. Managing global state. Option B. Optimizing component re-renders. Option C. Rendering a modal dialog that breaks out of parent's overflow, hidden. Option D. Handling form submissions. The correct answer is option C. Question 6. What is the primary benefit of using useReducer over useState for state management in a functional component? Option A. It automatically memoizes state updates. Option B. It simplifies state logic when state depends on previous values or multiple actions. Option C. It provides direct access to the DOM. Option D. It enables asynchronous state updates without useEffect. The correct answer is option B. Question 7. According to React testing library best practices, what should tests primarily focus on? Option A. Internal component methods and state. Option B. The user's perspective and interactions with the UI. Option C. The specific implementation details of hooks. Option D. The exact DOM structure and class names. The correct answer is option B. Question 8. Which of the following is not to benefit of React Server Components, RSCs? Option A. Zero bundle sizes for server-side code. Option B. Direct access to browser DOM APIs. Option C. Improved data fetching efficiency. Option D. Enhanced security by keeping sensitive logic server-side. The correct answer is option B. Question 9. When should useContext be considered as a solution in a React application? Option A. For passing simple props between a parent and its direct child. Option B. When prop drilling becomes verbose due to data needed by distant components. Option C. To manage component-specific local state. Option D. To perform side effects after every render. The correct answer is option B. Question 10. What is the primary difference between useMemo and useCallback? Option A. useMemo memoizes a function. useCallback memoizes a value. Option B. useMemo memoizes a value. useCallback memoizes a function. Option C. useMemo is for class components. useCallback is for functional components. Option D. useMemo prevents re-renders. useCallback triggers re-renders. The correct answer is option B. Question 11. What is a key characteristic of a custom hook in React? Option A. Its name must start with a lowercase letter. Option B. It must return JSX. Option C. Its name must start with use, and it may call other hooks. Option D. It can only be used in class components. The correct answer is option C. Question 12. Which React Router v6 component acts as a container for individual route definitions and renders the first one whose path matches the current URL? Option A. Browser router. Option B. Link. Option C. Routes. Option D. Outlet. The correct answer is option C. Question 13. When optimizing React component performance, why is it important to avoid mutating state directly? Option A. Direct mutation triggers immediate re-renders, causing performance issues. Option B. React may not recognize the state change, leading to inconsistent UI. Option C. It makes the component state immutable, which is not allowed. Option D. Direct mutation is a security vulnerability. The correct answer is option B. Question 14. An error boundary is a React component that catches JavaScript errors in its child component tree. Which lifecycle method is used to render a fallback UI after an error has been thrown? Option A. Component did mount. Option B. Static get derive state from error. Option C. Component did update. Option D. Component will unmount. The correct answer is option B. Question 15. Which of the following is a key characteristic of React.memo's default prop comparison? Option A. Deep equality comparison. Option B. Reference equality comparison, shallow. Option C. Value comparison for all data types. Option D. No comparison, always re-renders. The correct answer is option B. Question 16. In React Router v6, what is the purpose of the outlet component? Option A. To define a new route path. Option B. To navigate programmatically to a different route. Option C. To render child route elements within a parent routes component. Option D. To create a link that applies active styling. The correct answer is option C. Question 17. When is useLayoutEffect generally preferred over useEffect? Option A. For data fetching operations. Option B. For setting up event listeners. Option C. For DOM manipulations that need to be synchronized with the browser's paint cycle. Option D. For logging information to the console. The correct answer is option C. Question 18. Which state management library is known for its atomic state model, where state is broken into tiny independent pieces called atoms? Option A. Redux. Option B. useState. Option C. MobX. Option D. Jotai. The correct answer is option D. Question 19. You are building a large-scale e-commerce application that requires strict state predictability and robust developer tools for debugging. Which state management library is generally considered the most suitable? Option A. useState. Option B. Jotai. Option C. Redux. Option D. Context API. The correct answer is option C. Question 20. What is the primary benefit of React Server Components, RSCs, regarding bundle size? Option A. They increase the client-side JavaScript bundle size for faster hydration. Option B. They eliminate the need for any JavaScript on the client side. Option C. They do not send server-side code to the client, reducing client bundle size. Option D. They dynamically load all components at once, regardless of route. The correct answer is option C. Question 21. In React Router v6, how do you access dynamic URL parameters within a functional component? Option A. Using props.match.params. Option B. Using the useParams hook. Option C. Using window.location.search. Option D. Using useNavigate. The correct answer is option B. Question 22. Which of the following scenarios would an error boundary not catch? Option A. An error thrown during a component's render method. Option B. An error in a component's constructor. Option C. An error inside an event handler, e.g., onClick. Option D. An error in a component's component did mount lifecycle method. The correct answer is option C. Question 23. What is the main purpose of useCallback when used with useEffect? Option A. To trigger useEffect on every render. Option B. To prevent useEffect from running at all. Option C. To ensure the function reference in useEffect's dependency array remains stable. Option D. To allow useEffect to directly mutate state. The correct answer is option C. Question 24. You have a component that displays a very long list of items. To optimize performance by rendering only the visible portion of the list, what technique should you use? Option A, code splitting. Option B, lazy loading. Option C, virtualization, windowing. Option D, server-side rendering. The correct answer is option C. Question 25. What is the convention for naming a custom hook in React? Option A, it must start with a capital letter. Option B, it must end with hook. Option C, it must start with use and be camel case. Option D, it can be any name, as long as it's unique. The correct answer is option C. Question 26. Which of the following best describes the render prop pattern? Option A, a prop that defines the component's internal state. Option B, a prop whose value is a function that returns a React element. Option C, a prop that is always named render. Option D, a prop that is used only for styling. The correct answer is option B. Question 27. What is the primary purpose of the use client directive in React server components? Option A, to indicate that the component should only run on the server. Option B, to mark a component and its imports as client-side code. Option C, to enable direct database access within the component. Option D, to define an error boundary for the component. The correct answer is option B. Question 28. Which state management library is known for its minimalist API, hook-based access, and low boilerplate, making it popular for real-time applications? Option A, Redux. Option B, useState. Option C, MobX. Option D, Recoil. The correct answer is option B. Question 29. In React testing library best practices, which utility is recommended for simulating user interactions like clicking buttons? Option A, Fire Event. Option B, Simulate. Option C, User Event. Option D, Dispatch. The correct answer is option C. Question 30. What is the main advantage of using nested routes with the outlet component in React Router v6? Option A, to allow components to access URL parameters. Option B, to enable programmatic navigation. Option C, to create reusable layouts and organize application structure. Option D, to define routes that do not have a specific path. The correct answer is option C. Enjoying this deep dive into React? Don't forget to subscribe to TutorialsArena for more awesome content, coding tutorials, and helpful tips. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Question 31. Which of the following is a key principle of React testing library for writing maintainable tests? Option A, testing internal component state and methods. Option B, avoiding implementation details in test code. Option C, directly calling prop functions for interactions. Option D, relying on specific CSS class names for element selection. The correct answer is option B. Question 32. You have an expensive calculation that needs to be performed only when certain input values change. Which hook should you use to memorize the result of this calculation? Option A, use callback. Option B, useEffect. Option C, use memo. Option D, useState. The correct answer is option C. Question 33. What is the primary purpose of a higher order component? Option A, to manage component-specific state. Option B, to define a component's visual styling. Option C, to reuse component logic, cross-cutting concerns, across multiple components. Option D, to handle asynchronous operations within a component. The correct answer is option C. Question 34. In the context of React performance optimization, what does code splitting refer to? Option A, dividing component logic into smaller functions. Option B, breaking down application code into smaller chunks loaded on demand. Option C, separating CSS from JavaScript files. Option D, using multiple JavaScript files for different environments. The correct answer is option B. Question 35. When should useReducer be preferred over useState? Option A, for simple Boolean toggles. Option B, when state logic is complex and involves multiple related updates. Option C, when state needs to be shared globally across the application. Option D, for managing form input values. The correct answer is option B. Question 36. What is the main reason to use useCallback when passing an event handler to a React.memo-wrapped child component? Option A, to ensure the child component re-renders every time the parent does. Option B, to prevent the child component from re-rendering unnecessarily. Option C, to make the event handler asynchronous. Option D, to allow the event handler to directly modify the DOM. The correct answer is option B. Question 37. Which of the following is a limitation of React error boundaries? Option A, they cannot catch errors in component constructors. Option B, they cannot catch errors in asynchronous code, e.g., promise callbacks. Option C, they cannot catch errors during a component's render method. Option D, they cannot catch a fallback UI. The correct answer is option B. Question 38. In React Router v6, which hook allows you to programmatically navigate to different routes, e.g., after a form submission? Option A, use params. Option B, use location. Option C, use history. Option D, use navigate. The correct answer is option D. Question 39. What is the purpose of the static getDerivedState from error method in an error boundary? Option A, to log error information to an external service. Option B, to update the component's state to render a fallback UI. Option C, to perform cleanup operations after an error. Option D, to rethrow the error to a parent component. The correct answer is option B. Question 40. When should React.memo be used for performance optimization? Option A, for components that re-render frequently, with identical props, and have expensive rendering logic. Option B, for every functional component in the application. Option C, for components that manage complex internal state. Option D, for components that perform network requests. The correct answer is option A. Question 41. Which of the following is considered a best practice for using the useContext API? Option A, creating a single large context for all global data. Option B, placing the provider component as low as possible in the component tree. Option C, using multiple smaller contexts for specific purposes instead of one large context. Option D, using context for data that is only relevant to a few components. The correct answer is option C. Question 42. What is the primary advantage of React Server Components (RSCs) in terms of data fetching? Option A, they force all data fetching to occur on the client side. Option B, they allow direct backend queries within components, reducing client-server waterfalls. Option C, they require separate API endpoints for all data access. Option D, they cache all data on the client for offline access. The correct answer is option B. Question 43. In React Testing Library, what is the purpose of using screen to query elements? Option A, to directly access and modify the component's internal state. Option B, to query elements in a way that resembles how users find them, making tests robust to refactoring. Option C, to bypass the DOM and test component logic directly. Option D, to mock external API calls during tests. The correct answer is option B. Question 44. You are creating a custom hook to manage the online/offline status of the user. Which of the following is the correct way to name this custom hook? Option A, check online status. Option B, use online status. Option C, get online status. Option D is user online. The correct answer is option B. Question 45. Which state management library is often recommended for mid-sized applications that need a simpler alternative to Redux, prioritizing performance and minimal re-renders? Option A, Redux. Option B, Jotai. Option C, useState. Option D, MobX. The correct answer is option C. Question 46. What is the main reason to use useMemo for a value? Option A, to ensure the value is always recalculated on every render. Option B, to prevent the value from being accessible outside the component. Option C, to avoid recalculating an expensive value unless its dependencies change. Option D, to make the value mutable. The correct answer is option C. Question 47. What is a key difference between state and props in React? Option A, state is immutable, props are mutable. Option B, state is internal and mutable, props are external and immutable within the child component. Option C, state is passed from parent to child, props are managed internally. Option D. State can only be used in class components, props in functional components. The correct answer is option B. Question 48. Which of the following is a correct rule of React hooks? Option A. Hooks can be called inside loops or conditions. Option B. Hooks should only be called from React function components or custom hooks. Option C. Hooks can be called from any JavaScript function. Option D. Hooks must be called only once per component. The correct answer is option B. Question 49. What is the primary benefit of React Server Components, RSCs, for search engine optimization, SEO? Option A. They enable dynamic client-side rendering for better indexing. Option B. They generate fully accessible server-rendered HTML for search engine bots. Option C. They reduce the need for external SEO tools. Option D. They prioritize JavaScript execution over HTML rendering. The correct answer is option B. Question 50. In React Router v6, what is the role of browser router? Option A. To define individual routes. Option B. To serve as the top-level component that enables routing using the HTML5 history API. Option C. To create navigation links. Option D. To render nested route content. The correct answer is option B. That's all for today's React MCQ session. I hope you learned something new and found this video helpful for your React journey. Join our social channels for free coding resources and stay updated with the latest in web development. The link is in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow developers, and don't forget to subscribe to TutorialsArena for more coding content. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!